Hello again. Welcome back to Hotel Dropouts. This is the 50th episode, and for that, we prepared something very special. Maybe you remember, but we had somebody on a long time ago, and for this episode, we decided to have them back again. Would you like to say hello?
Hello, this is Ursina, and it's so nice to be back with you guys. Since you have talked about women so much for the last few episodes, I thought I should probably pop in and contribute to the male zoo a bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's. I don't think it's fair that we spoke so much about women-centric topics without having an actual woman here as well to join us. Um,
Isn't that,
so,
but that's like the most manliest thing you can do to speak on behalf
Yeah,
of
yeah.
women without acknowledging their feelings.
Yes.
So toxic.
All pre-planned.
all part of the plan. We were building it up just so we can have this episode where we finally have female
We're rage
representation.
baiting our guests.
Yeah, so that they actually come on finally.
We need to repeat this strategy for the next guest that we need to have on. Like we need to lock this person down.
What's the next topic you want to talk about?
I have no clue. But we'll have to like find a person to get on, and then we'll just speak about things that they're very interested in.
Good point. And then they get triggered and they say, "Would you like to join and give us your 2 cents?" And they'll be like, "Yes, you guys are wrong. I need to show you guys why you are wrong." Yeah.
Don't speak
So,
anymore.
Jamie,
Yeah.
you wanna do the usual weekly catch up,
Yeah,
or
why don't we?
you wanna
Yeah,
jump right in?
let's catch up very quickly. I can go first. I'll just talk about my surgery. It is some of the worst experience ever. The the technical term for it is like it is something called low frequency turbinate rhinoplasty, and it's when they stick this metallic tube into your sinuses, and using low frequency, it sort of burns away the excess. I guess that part is called turbinate. And what happens is like when I lie down, it the flesh in there kind of collapses, and it blocks my nasal pathway. And if you have sleep apnea, that could also be the problem. Like if you snore a lot when you're sleeping, it's a very good surgery to get. It lasts for anywhere between 5 to 8 years, but you do have to pay for it. But I kind of feel like I'm so lucky that living in Taiwan, we could actually afford this surgery. And oh my god, the you do not want most of us have felt PCR test up our nose, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that, but instead of a PCR test, like little swab, they use a needle for with anesthesia, right? So it's a lidocaine injection, and they stick that super long needle in there. It was so fucking painful, and it felt like my skull was on fire. I kept like tearing up, um, and then all the nurses were like kind of giggling. They were laughing at me, and
Yeah.
I felt really bad. And then by the end of the surgery, I'm like crying. My mucus is like kind of just running everywhere, and it's mucus mixed with blood.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, but apparently, yeah. Now that I've had a few days to heal, I can actually breathe again, which is insane. Like I was just sitting on my bed this morning. I'm like, wow, this is how Dan and Bernard and most normal people feel when they breathe. I don't know. It's quite incredible. It's sort of like a blind person describing to you how magical is that he could see again. But yeah, I'm really happy I could see. But sorry, breathe.
I'm
Yeah.
glad for you, Jamie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are glad that it worked out well, even though it sounds like it was torture.
Yeah, because I was thinking that if I still snore the same way I do, you guys are not gonna have a good time in our upcoming trip. Yeah,
You
it's
know,
The greater good.
Bernard and I used to work in a field where you need to use earplugs a lot because there is a lot of people who snore, and I'm someone who talks in my sleep, so I would have just probably talked to you
Oh my god.
And besides all those snoring and verbal noises that comes out while you're trying to sleep, and sometimes they're happy and you hear them clapping because they're watching a funny video or something in the middle of the night. Sometimes you have freaking dogs barking really loudly. Sometimes you have freaking helicopters flying around, and sleep quality takes a hit.
So
Sounds
earplugs.
like
We
it.
need
Mm.
high quality earplugs. But we're glad you're not gonna snore.
Anymore, I guess. Or you can just do what I do and pop melatonin every night, and then you wake up sleepy, so you drink caffeine, like a half a liter of caffeine,
I have
and then
tried
you
that.
cannot sleep at night, so you pop melatonin to sleep, and the cycle continues.
That's exactly what happened, and I thought I couldn't continue. But even when I did take melatonin, it didn't work that well. Like if I missed the sleeping window, I just won't be able to sleep.
Really?
Yeah. So like my sleeping windows are precisely at 10 p.m., midnight, and then 2
10
a.m.
p.m. and 3 minutes.
Yeah, the window lasts for about 10 minutes or so. If I don't sleep during these 3 time slots, I will stay awake until the next day. Like literally cannot sleep. I think it's a
Wow.
good thing. Like it's a good thing that my biological clock is very strict. At least, like if I have
Your
too much
biological
lenience.
clock is like Gestapo.
Yes. You will sleep
But
now.
this is gonna be hard on us on our upcoming trip
Why?
because you know that Bernard is a real party queen and he will not want to go to bed at
What
10.
are you talking about? These guys are. I was living with Dan for what, 2 years? Nah, 1 year
And that's a
in
real
total.
you.
And they know what I'm like.
Bernard is a sweet man. You're like,
Defaming. This is what's that word?
Defamatory.
Really?
Defamatory. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
What does
I
that
have a
mean?
feeling that in our upcoming trip, Bernard is going to be very popular with the locals. I just have that feeling.
I think
With the ladies because he's been going to the gym like crazy and he looks buff.
no.
He does.
Oh,
You guys are just pumping me up.
You're pumping yourself up. That's the thing.
there,
Thank you, thank you.
there once was a rumor in my office, and finally my colleagues came up, and he went to the supervisor and said that apparently Jamie has been just talking a lot to his boyfriend and it's disrupting them.
What?
Right, and then I was like, when did I haven't. Who is this person they're talking about? And then one time my phone was just on the desk, and then it was on that video you sent me. You were doing like the pectoral fly machine, right? And then like sometimes
No
you
way.
write things that are very confusing for like a non-native English speaker. They take it very literally. And then so yeah, I got called in, and my supervisor had to like dress me down verbally.
I was gonna say physically would be concerning.
You should have started crying and be like, "This is so mean that you are think I have a boyfriend when I have no one in my life and you're
Yeah,
ruining my."
that's what's so sad about it. Oh my goodness. But
No, but you should have weaponized it.
oh, I should have called them out for
Is
being.
this a woman saying that she should weaponize the male environment?
Well, anyway,
Maybe. You learn to survive, right?
It's a survival strategy. Noted.
so how's your weekend, Dan?
How's your
It's
week?
been
Oh yeah,
100%.
the week, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it was really calm. I was just working and finishing a project. What are the highlights? I'm now using AI to track my food and track my workout, and it's very convenient. Oh, look, we're tangenting towards AI again.
I feel like it's
Can you send me the prompts? I would be interested in that.
oh
Yeah,
my
sure,
god.
but to be honest, there are no prompts. I just kind of Well, I'll send you, but it's really simple. It's like, hey, I want to track my food. Can like I
Can
just
you
sent him
track?
my age, height, weight. I also
Ah,
have
yeah.
a smart scale where it has like a whole analysis of your body. I sent that report to it, and now
Mhm.
it's checking my food, and I just tell him, hey, I have this, this, and this. What should I make?
Yeah.
And it was it's a really good. It was a kind of like an eye opener because I used to control my weight with just the amount of what I eat, but now I learned that it's really important what you eat as well. And then you can even eat a lot, but if it's the right thing,
Yeah.
uh, you're still like going towards your goal. Interesting stuff. And the same with the gym. I like it. It keeps me motivated. Kind of gamified both of these things for me.
Mhm.
So I recommend. It's really convenient, and you can even just take a picture of your plate, and it will guess how much stuff it has. Of course, it's probably not super precise, but I think it's working. I
Better
already
than
do it.
nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
definitely.
I just love the idea that every prompt that Dan puts in, that makes him healthier. Some poor guy in Utah is like drinking contaminated water. Can you
Oh,
imagine how? My goodness, like I feel like do you guys notice how sometimes like if you use ChatGPT, if you use Claude too much, like the way we speak starts to sound very AI esque.
Really? I don't know.
I feel
wait,
like that's happened. Yeah, the way we, or at least the way we type, right? Because, you know how like in the early '60s, like when most people only had access to printed media, when they debate it, when they talk on television, it sounds very like written form kind of speech. You know, if
Oh yeah.
yeah, you can go back to the transcripts of let's say Douglas v. Lincoln, when they were doing their political debate. That was in the 1800s, and they just it sounded like a book, right? Whereas now
Mhm.
we've gone through the media transformation. Most of us speak like what we hear on TV, what we see on like the shows. We don't talk like a book. And I'm suspecting that the more people use AI, we're going to start sounding like AI.
Oh my
Hmm.
God, I don't think that you are right.
Your feelings
Yes,
are
yes, that's
completely
exactly how
valid.
AI sounds.
I'll show you how it sounds, right? Because I
Yes,
use
you're right, Jamie. I think you are completely on point with your statements.
that is a robust point.
Research shows supporting evidence that more people are.
Like I
Just a quick word about my AI. For some reason, it likes to use the word cooked or like
That's so
like
weird.
I'm a like a
Oh,
Gen Zer.
that's the picture you sent where it says you're cooked, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Out of nowhere, I don't think I ever used it,
I have a
It's a
feeling that
but
Gen Z AI.
it makes me giggle a little bit.
I have a feeling like these are
Sooner or
two
later,
very
it's gonna
short.
throw 6 7 in there or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jamie, sorry. What you were saying?
No, I was just
You
saying
have a
like
feeling?
I have a feeling like a lot of these models that we can use on like straight off online are tuned for kids. I have a feeling that there might be some plans in there, to get the modern
Mm.
day students addicted to this, addicted
Yeah,
to this technology.
Oh shit! For real? No cap?
Oh my god.
No
Yeah.
cap? You bussin'? You bussin' RM? You bussin' right now? You bussin'?
I don't know why, but my
that sounds good.
my GPT speaks in very short, succinct sentences. I use it to
What's it?
track succinct, like very short and very concise. And
I
because
thought you said very short, sexy sentences. I
oh
was
my god,
like,
no, no, because I
That's
I
nice. You can right
Maybe
there.
maybe that's what motivates Jamie. Don't be so mean.
yeah,
oh my,
fair.
yeah, you don't know my story. Okay, how about you guys? How's your week, Racina?
Mm, my week was good. Lots of work. Um, but I'm glad the heat wave has passed a bit.
Mhm.
So it's a bit more. How do you say that?
Cooler.
Terrible.
Yeah, cooler and bearable. Yeah, because it's still hot, but it's more bearable.
Mm.
Yeah, no. And I went on Wednesday. I went to an open air cinema screening of a Croatian movie, and it was so funny. Because is so the movie is called Svatba, and it's like about a wedding, basically. But where it starts is the guy is a Croatian entrepreneur, and his company is basically going bankrupt. And as if things couldn't get worse, he gets a call from his daughter who lives in London, and she tells him she's pregnant. And that in and itself is already like, oh yeah, she's not married, but she's pregnant. Then she tells them that the father of the child is the son of the Serbian foreign minister.
Oh my god.
And for a Croatian family, that's basically like the worst that could happen, right? The movie is so funny, and there were a lot of people from the Balkan community at the movie screening, and we just had the time of our lives. It was so funny. Yeah, so I really enjoy that summer's here. That these things are popping up everywhere, where you can just go see movies outside. Last weekend, there was opera for everybody in Zurich, which is like they screen the opera um, play. They're playing in the opera house. They're screening it onto big screens out in the city, and you could just basically sit down at a square and watch the whole performance for free. Yeah, so it's really nice to be out and about in the city when the weather's so great.
It does sound nice.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine like how would that play out in America? You know, it would be the same opera screening, but you'll have to like pay to get in, and everybody's going to be in their cars. So it's going to be like a drive-in theater. And instead of just streaming, there's probably going to be like an internet personality doing real-time commentating. And then you have
And then a commercial break every 15 minutes.
exactly
20
unskippable
minute
ads.
commercial break. Yeah, a 20-minute commercial break every 15 minutes.
My goodness, the ads have
But
gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
but the thing is, the people going to see the play have to pay to go in to watch it, but they are like live streaming it for free for audience, so they can like watch it
Yeah.
outside.
So the people who go into the opera house, they pay for the ticket like normally,
Yeah.
but the play is screened outside, and people just bring their little chairs, or they sit on the floor and they bring wine and snacks and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would.
so- so
I
it-
would prefer to be on the outside in that case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Aw.
Bernard, how has your week been?
Hey, this week has been pretty shitty.
Oh, no.
Because people were getting sick and people are in the holidays. Like I mean, I had to drive every day. Like I have to do deliveries every day. The delivery itself is not the issue, but being so often on the road, it was only a matter of time before an accident happened, right?
Mm.
And honestly, I felt like I was not completely in the fault here because what happened is I was reversing out of a parking lot, and when I'm already almost like completely out, so only the front left corner of my delivery vehicle was somewhat still in the parking area. So a majority of the vehicle has already exited the area, and I just need to stop and turn like in the direction of travel, and then I'm away, right? Some guy tried to quickly drive past me. Like they couldn't wait for that one split second, and they tried to drive past me, and which result in a very slow collision. So thank God nobody got hurt and everything, like no whiplash or anything. But it was such an unnecessary situation, and it and you might think like, okay, it's not that big of a deal because no police were involved, and we signed the accident protocol, we filled it out, and it was done, right?
Mm.
But it's just really bad for me because it's my first ever accident since I got my license in 2017.
That's pretty impressive.
I've always been so careful, like even speeding. I think the only time where I got like caught speeding was only twice, and it's only like 1 kilometers like above the limit. And funnily enough, only when I'm in like the military vehicles. I've never sped like in under a civilian setting. And
For legal reasons, this was a joke.
for legal reasons, this was a joke. Yes, it's true. But I also never sped. That is also a true statement.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes, yes.
But
All of our stories are made up for entertainment.
hypothetical. Yes, hypotheticals, just for your listening entertainment. Um, but yeah, so the fact that this was my hypothetically first ever accident made it feel so much worse in this hypothetical situation.
What?
But yeah, but yeah.
But for like a first time accident, it was not so bad. I mean, my first time was horrible. Like I was on a scooter and because the red light was kind of like occluded by all the natural fauna and the sorry, not the fauna, but like we have these trees that are planted in the middle of the streets that's supposedly to provide shade. And I couldn't see the red light. So my that was like my first accident. I drove into a car, sorry, like a small blue truck, right? The ones for carrying stuff.
Mhm.
I hit the truck in my and I fell into the back carriage. And then the guy panicked, so he drove incredibly fast. He was like, "Oh, whoa, he got hit," and then he drove incredibly fast and then tried to park on the side of the street. So I hit the truck, fell in the carriage. He then sped up, and I hit my head against the back of the carriage. And then
Oh
and then
no!
he hit brake again. So I rolled forward to hit the back of his. You know, there's like a little window sill that you can see through, right? You can see the driver.
Yep, yep.
And then he turned around and he was surprised to see me. And he was like, "How the fuck did you get here?"
Oh shit.
But thank God I was young back then, so it was okay. What was your
Oh
first?
man, the way you describe it sounds like it's from the cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What was your first accident, Dan?
My first accident was
When I was born.
I I collided with a car that was in front of me because they braked, and I was going too close to them because I was
Ah,
gonna pass them.
mm.
It was a little collision. My car like it just had a really faint scratch that kind of I could just wipe away with my hand. But the car in front of me, their what do you call it, luggage door,
Yep.
damaged a little bit.
Oh no. But nobody
So
got hurt.
no. It was a very like if I had like even half a meter more distance, I would stop in time.
Uh,
So it was
okay.
a very slow collision.
Mm. Was this on the highway or was it on like a city road?
Uh, well, it was in the city, but it was kind of like a highway.
Hmm.
How about Ursina?
Hey, I have never actually caused a car accident. I've only been in cars that have caused that have caused accidents, but I have never caused an accident.
Ah.
Nice.
I've never caused an accident, but I've been sitting in cars that have caused accidents, and I've had to pay a fine because someone caused an accident at work.
What?
Because it was the
Because I was the person who had to get out of the car. I was the co-pilot. I was
Oh.
the person who had to get out of the car to show the other person how far back they could reverse. But the person started driving before I mean, they didn't look at me, and so the person drove into a light pole
Oh my god.
while while reversing. While reversing,
Mhm.
yeah. And then there was a because it was a damaging company property.
Yeah.
We had to call the police, and there was we actually had a good talk with our boss, who was Bernard at the time. and he had to give us a fine, basically. And
forced to give.
he was forced to give us a punishment, and I basically I got away with a written warning, right?
Yeah.
And the other person had to pay, I don't know how much, $50 or something. And because I'm just a very nice person, I was like, hey, let's split it up, because yeah,
And normally they would have had to pay like at least 500.
10% of the value of the damage or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I was able to argue, yeah, look, this is a one-time mistake. They have been very cooperative. They have been very a good worker. So with my arguments, with every argument, I get to take off like $100, 150. In the end, it was basically just a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
But I had to give a punishment regardless, just as like a hey.
And another time, when I had my mom's car, we were going to like a shopping mall, and when we came back to the car next to us had literally like scratched the whole side of our car while getting out of the parking spot, but the guy was still there. So he was waiting for us, and like everything got covered by the insurance. But I was like, fuck me, because I have my mom's car, and I had to call her and be like, something happened.
Okay.
And another time that was also really, really bad. I had my mom's car again. I went to Germany with my mom's car, and on the highway, a stone hit the front windshield, and we had like a crack through the whole windshield.
Oh, damn.
And I had to drive back to Switzerland like that. And when we were in Basel at the border, I called my dad, because I knew that if I called my mom, she would completely freak out, right? So I called my dad, but my mom picked up his phone. And I was like, is Dad here? Can you give him the phone? And he literally, he got the phone, and he was like, so what happened to the side mirror of the car? And I was like, what's with the side mirror of the car? And he was like, yeah, is the car laying on top of it, or what happened? I was like, no, it's just a crack in the windshield, because
Just a crack.
yeah, but I mean, we could not have done anything, because it was just the car in front of us must have driven over a stone or something, and
Yeah.
it just got like propelled into the air and into the front of our windshield, right?
Yeah.
That was annoying, but I myself have never caused a car accident, even though I have been driving a lot, especially at work with Bernard.
You want to comment about how I drive?
I do not want to comment on how Bernard drives, but if you can, do not get into that car.
Look,
Really?
people have the statements made were that I drive very dynamically.
Very Asian.
Oh, bringing out the A card.
No, they just say that I drive very sportively, dynamically.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I don't have the patience.
Yeah, he's impatient. That's why. And then he puts his Mario Kart music on, and he feels like Luigi driving a Mario Kart race.
Oh,
It just gets progressively worse and worse.
it's adorable.
Sounds like an aging problem.
Hey, what the hell? The hell you say?
But I get him because I'm also really impatient. I do my best to like drive calmly. Was like I keep having phrases in my head like, why do you like need so much time to find where the accelerator pedal is?
No, but
What are you doing there? There's like, or like if somebody, yeah, I don't know. I just like to go faster. I don't speed, but I think the problem is that here when you can like all the speed limits are basically +10.
are basically just a recommendation.
plus 10, and you cannot like you won't be fined.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, plus and
So
minus 10. Yeah.
half of the people drive up to that limit, and some people drive to like the actual written limit.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because for some reason I don't know why is it that, but if you're driving at the speed limit, a lot of the times you get to like the traffic light what do you call it, synchronization, where like you're always catching the red light.
The red light, yeah.
And if you're going a bit faster, then all of a sudden you're like always like managing to pass it
I don't
while
know,
it's
man.
still
Like,
green.
we have so many red lights here. I find it that whenever I'm in a rush, it's always red lights everywhere. And whenever I needed some time to go somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I have all the time in the world. Suddenly, it's all green, not impeded. Everybody just drives perfectly, and I would get to the office really fast. I was like, it's annoying." But I think most of you would be so mad to drive in Taiwan because we have the most kind of like mobile game addicted boomer generation. Okay,
Oh
these
God.
these are all boomers that back when Pokemon Go came out, you see them with like multiple like iPhone holders, right? Like you see a fan, like literally they have like a fan of of smartphones on their dashboard or on their bicycle, and you can see through the window to see that they're all playing while they're driving, right?
Jesus
Oh, God.
Christ, yeah.
And
Oh, and
recently,
then,
like recently,
I mean,
yeah.
then because I gave Bernard shit for his driving style, he can attest that I would be freaking out while driving there because I have a huge road rage problem. I cannot deal with people who do not like have their attention on the road and drive properly. And yeah,
Well, let me
I
tell
get
you what
very
happens. I
agitated.
I think you would have more than road rage. You might even commit something, okay? Because what happens is that these boomers, right? They're all rich. They all grew up on like cheap land, and then because of the housing crisis, they all got incredibly rich. All they do is go to the gym, play with a few like they don't even work out. They're just there to spend some time while they play this new game called Pikmin. So that's like so first they came out with Pokemon Go, and now it's Pikmin, and it's like this walking simulator game where you're supposed to collect things and plant flowers, and you need to like
At least
Pokemon,
they're walking.
huh?
At least they're walking and moving
Well,
while they play.
well, that's the thing, right? So they found out they don't actually have to walk, right? They could just be in a car to go get places. And what would
Yeah, okay.
happen? What would happen is, in the past, if it's Pokemon Go, you see a person at the red light, and then once it's turned green, they're still stationary. So you look in through the window. What are they doing, right? You see them tossing Pokeballs to catch Pokemons. Now it's even worse because they actually just come to a complete stop, right? And you see them during red light, like they get out of their vehicle so they could walk just a bit to the left to catch that point of interest, right? So they can get some, like the Pokestops where you can you
Oh
can
my God.
swipe for resources, right? So now like it's perfectly normal for me to on my gym is like 10 minutes away, but it would take me like 20 minutes because I constantly have to remind them to get back in your car. And it's so annoying because we're in a society we like young people cannot be too rude to the elders.
We live in a society.
It's sad. All right.
Thank you, Bernard.
It's sad that you cannot be rude to old people.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
It is annoying because like sometimes they're playing with they're playing these apps whilst they're in the gym, right? And I would be literally like with my arms crossed waiting for them to finish the I don't know. Do you guys know the hip abduction machine?
Yeah.
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 They're all obsessed with that. That's all they do. They only train their hip, like the thighs, for some reason. Like right, and I would be
Maybe there
standing
like the
behind
word
them.
abduction in there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like yeah. Anyway, rant over. We should let's get back to the topic. So today, why don't we start with some dating experience from Ursina's perspective?
Well, that is she okay talking about that?
I have nothing to say. It's just a dumpster fire era.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. What's the most cliche lines? I'm gonna give you a few. You tell me if people use it. Wait, but by the way, like
Yeah.
I saw on Reddit r slash
And I love
Switzerland.
how much Jamie is prepared.
No, because I saw this. Like apparently
You're
there's
amazing.
people complaining. They're like these expats living in Zurich, and they're complaining that people in Zurich are using more English than Swiss German or French, and
Mhm.
is that true? Like, do people mostly use English in Zurich? Like the younger generation?
Like, what do you mean? In what context?
In like a cafe context, in like when you go to a cafe and you go buy stuff, or in groceries.
No. It
Oh,
really depends. It really depends where you're going and with whom you're going. I mean, if I go with my friends who obviously don't speak German, then yes, I will speak English. But if I go with my Swiss German friends, we speak Swiss German.
uh,
And I mean, there is obviously place. For example, close next to the train station, there's an area called Europa Allee, and it's where Google is headquartered. And I mean, obviously, there you have so many expats
yeah.
that in the restaurants and in the shops, people might talk in English to you because they are just so used to all those
Right.
Google Bros coming for
Goobers.
for lunch and stuff. And obviously, a lot of them do not speak German. So, but I wouldn't say it's like a general thing.
Hmm.
You know what that reminded me of? When we were in the Netherlands, it was really weird and interesting that a lot of the younger people, like once we were on the train, and there was this couple
Mhm.
of girls that were talking to each other, and they would legitimately half of their conversation they would have in Flemish, I think that's the name. Sorry if
Mhm.
I'm wrong. And half of it is in English, like perfect English.
Yeah.
And it's not like they mix in words. No, it's just like they fully switch to English for like a minute, and
Yeah.
then
And then they go
for a
back.
minute they go back. Yeah.
Okay.
That reminded me of a meme where there will be these
Hmm.
two Asians talking about something, and then they'll just drop an English word,
Yeah.
like be it a brand or somebody, like, oh my God, Tracy, and then blah 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 blah, and then Tracy, and then I remember one of the comment is like, what's going on with Tracy? I gotta know now. Because it would be like on the train or something, you know.
Well, actually, now when I think about it, I've started to use so much more English words while speaking Russian. I, I
True.
just I just like it's just that I don't know why, but for some reason they it just feels more natural. Sometimes the word better describes what I mean. Uh,
Mm.
it's weird.
like this thing in Asia, if somebody were to like speak English mixed with Chinese, well, first of all, they're younger, and if they do it, they usually do a terrible job both on the English and the Chinese front. So like both sounds terrible, but they work in a little bit of rhythm, a bit of they try and sound like rappers for some reason, and
Oh,
there's like a status associated with
I
it
cringe.
because if you speak like that, people will assume that you've got rich parents that sent you abroad to study and you've only recently
Mhm.
come back. So like you have like elevated, you're kind of like a white guy, but except you look Asian. So you have that
Is
white
it
privilege.
is this kind of like when Americans come back speaking like British English after they visited Europe for like 1 week?
Yeah, yeah. Most often isn't it with Australia? You know, they'll come back and they'll be like, "No, Bobby, thongs."
Put your shrimp on the Barbie cup.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Ursina, I'm gonna name a
Oh,
few like uh,
what?
sorry.
Oh.
Or not?
One sec. I wanted to add something
Yeah.
regarding this Englishifying of a language.
Okay.
They do that a lot. Like you guys probably will hear it when we go on the Bali trip. They do that a lot in with the young culture amongst Indonesians.
Oh,
Yeah, they will just like Englishify a word
I mean,
because it's like the very hip, very popular trend amongst the youngsters.
I thought that was just the norm because in most of our train stations in Taiwan, you don't find Taiwanese people. You only find Indonesians, Filipinos, and Vietnamese people, and they speak their native language with English mixed in. Like I could always hear a
Mm.
couple of voices, like a couple of words.
Damn foreigners!
Yeah, man.
Speak our language when you come to our country, damn you!
The only English you're gonna hear. Oh no no! You remember that video where it's like, "Do you speak any English?" And the guy answers, "Fuck you." Did you saw it? Some politician. I don't remember where, but I think it was somewhere in Asia.
Wait, really? This
Yeah.
sound. I'm not sure which country that
Somebody,
would
as
be.
one of the opponents, was like not blaming, but like saying, "You don't even speak English" or something like that. And the guy answers with "Fuck you."
I, I, it sounds funny, but I don't remember. I don't think I do. You gotta show. You gotta send the video.
I'll try to find it now.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, Jamie.
Okay, what
Time for the
are
highlight.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, what are some of the most like cliche profile like one-liners that you've seen like on dating apps?
Maybe something like just your average nice guy.
Wait,
Oh.
any good vibes only? Lou,
Yeah, yeah, good vibes only.
uh,
Um,
how about looking for a partner in crime?
yeah, I see that sometimes.
Hold on. She's opening up.
I don't
her-
think no, I don't think that's the worst though. Like looking for a partner in crime. Yeah, all right. But it's
What's the
like
cringiest one you've seen?
I have no clue. I've seen a lot of it.
Okay.
Work hard, play hard, maybe?
And also what is really important to me, open and honest communication. And then they get offended when you're open and honest.
Oh
All
man.
right. So first of all, your shoes are shit. Just mention.
No, I feel like yeah, open and honest conversation, and you open up the chat with so how's your relationship with your mother? And just straight to the point. Benny, what's
Or
your
or
But that's also something. That's also something. I mean, on some of the apps, you can put in prompts like conversation opening prompt, right?
Mm.
So they don't even have to come up with a really creative way to text you. They can just answer one of the questions you
Yeah.
put, and then they answer the question by just sending a smiley and a thumbs up, and you're like,
Ah, yeah. She showed me that one. It's like, wow, A for effort there,
Yeah,
buddy.
well,
yeah.
what's your line, Benny?
My line? What do you mean?
On your profile, like,
On the app.
what do you say?
I cannot tell you guys because I swiped left on it.
Wait, you guys are on the same app?
We were, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm I'm still so sorry, Bernard.
It's
but I was
okay.
in a rush, and after I swiped you left on you, I was like, "Fuck, that was Bernard."
It's okay. You're just bumping my elo score down, man.
Yeah,
You're supposed to
sorry.
match, so my
Yeah.
elo score goes up. Okay, so let's see.
Also, like new in town, show me around, show me your favorite place.
Is that a common? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna read mine word for word. Is that all right,
Mm-hmm.
Jamie?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I don't pay for this, so it might take a while to match.
That's actually
Okay,
good.
I'm
That's
honest.
good.
Yeah, I'm honest. I don't pay for this. And then just a guy still learning about life, looking for a partner who's willing to learn, explore, and grow together.
That's kind of like looking for a partner in crime, no?
Yeah.
I mean,
just
I would
remembered.
like more than just partner in crime.
A small
Oh,
tangent.
But the cringiest thing is always when they say, "I know what I want and I like to lead," and then they cannot even plan a meetup after like a week or something, and you're like, yeah, clearly you know what you want and clearly you like to lead.
Oh, this reminds me when Bernard told that he only watches cute cat and dog videos on Instagram. It's only cute cats and dogs in his feed. To not be creepy, that was his comment. But I argued that it looks even more creepy than if it would have like cars and asses.
No, I didn't say to not be creepy. I say
Cars and asses.
I don't want the algorithm to be pumping me with that stuff. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked. And it worked.
It does work. It's like you don't even need to do it for too long.
You know, Dan,
Yeah.
like,
But the thing is, I'm not even on there much, so it doesn't give the algorithm time to like adapt.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
I think it's good because it's.
Oh yeah, what's also something is you shouldn't take yourself too seriously, which is just a cryptic version of saying you should let me disrespect you.
oh my god.
Not be so serious about it.
Yeah. Because if the joke doesn't land, then hey, relax, it's just a joke. But if it lands, then obviously, oh look, everybody agrees with what I say, right?
Wow, a part of me is really happy that I'm spared from this, like the depravity of men.
I am telling you, do not do it, Jamie. Live your happy life without the dating app.
I feel very peaceful right now, but I might have to rejoin. But I don't know, like I feel like there are also like really cringy stuff by gay people as well. I'll have to do some like field research and come back to report to you guys.
Field research. Oh God.
Can you give some examples of some cringy gay people stuff?
Oh, let me tell you, like when I was in Europe, right, the most annoying thing was it wasn't even just cringe, it was just straight up racist. They just say pas chinois, okay, like PAS Chinese, like it's French for saying like no Chinese.
Yeah.
And then my ex actually on his profile was that he did not like something along the lines of don't be feminine. Like
What?
yeah, like there is a femme shaming in the gay community. At least like 10 years ago, it was like really in for a gay bro to like behave like a frat bro. The more masculine, the more kind of careless, the more trashy you are, the more attractive you come off.
Man, I don't get society sometimes, man. I really don't.
Sometimes it's messed up. Like, and then there are always like people that are, and then there are these gay people that are the perpetual victims, I call them, because everything you say can be turned into like an insult to them.
Oh God, hypersensitive
And
people.
that was the worst.
And I just know that Dan is now sitting there thinking, oh, I'm so glad I do not have to do this bullshit anymore. And I hope you're grateful for it.
I was kind of along those lines. I was mostly thinking right now, oh my God, I don't have anything to share. The topic.
Hey, it's a dumpster fire, and you should be happy you don't have to deal with it.
No, you can share what's on the other side of all of this. When you have found someone that truly is your person. That's a nice thing. That's what we're all aiming for.
Yeah.
So you are kind of a role model for us then.
Wow.
We
yeah.
all aspire to be like you guys.
In your position. Respect the
I,
position.
I,
He was smart about it. He locked in before this whole dating app bullshit thing. Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Let's get back to AI. Like, Ursina, have you run into?
No, let
Ver-
them let them say something.
Oh,
Jamie cannot stand me talking about
oh,
it.
sorry.
Be happy.
I thought it was over.
On the other side, well, of course, there's lots of nice things, but I guess probably it's more interesting to hear about like the challenges. It's sometimes it's work. Sometimes like it's easy to, for example, take your partner for granted, and you have to consciously sometimes remind yourself that it's not like that. It's not granted, and somehow the fact that you understand that your relationship is not invincible, like it doesn't have to be permanent, makes it more valuable. I mean, not somehow. When I speak it out, it makes perfect sense, but you
Needs
forget
constant
about it.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, can I
And gratitude.
give
Yeah.
you like a suggestion?
Yeah.
The single
Don't
guy
speak
giving a
anymore.
No. It's not about like a suggestion on love itself. I'm saying, can you do something for us? Like, I thought it'd be really funny. It would be fun and exciting for you and your partner to go on like a quote unquote first date, but you have like different names and personas, sort of like, it's like playing different roles. It's like role play, and
Ah,
yeah.
role playing meeting again for the first time. Like you
Exactly.
say, okay, you sit over there, and I'll pretend to walk into this coffee shop, and we'll just pretend like we don't know
Way
each other.
better idea.
You
That's
just
what
you just
My God, I think it would be so hard for me because I'm thinking about it. I don't think I'm much of a like role player. It just feels so weird. I need
You don't like
to
to put on
train
the
to get over it.
costume. You don't like to put on the animal ear costume and bark like a dog for your
Oh no,
mistress.
that I love. Every weekend, yes, that I love. But acting as a person, no.
I think it would be fun, like if if we come up with your backstory and you just said like the worst case scenario, you
I can
guys
already imagine what kind of crazy ass backstory I'm gonna have if you're coming up with it.
no, don't prejudge me. It might be nice, but I just
Do you want me to lend you one of my unused uniforms, and then you can pretend to be like a military commander?
yes, that would be nice. I thought it would be a really interesting exercise to kind of like because it makes you grateful for your relationship, right? Because you realize after so long, like trying to do this again, it must be difficult, you know.
If trying to date again, would it be difficult?
No, like trying to like get back into that mindset. Yeah, in dating, but like trying to get back to that mindset. So suddenly shifting from
first
like
date?
something long term to like, oh, now it's brand new. I have to do it again. I don't know.
It would be. It would be.
I have to tell a new person what my favorite color is every third day or something.
Oh, fuck, yeah. You're repeating the same line. So what are you looking for?
It's
And,
more like a job interview than
Oh,
But isn't that what we talked about last week?
maybe No, maybe we should all just prepare
A resume.
a PDF file with all the most asked questions already answered.
And just send it to
send
each other.
send it to them before the date and be like, so we can actually talk about something meaningful.
Yeah.
The app should do that. That would be nice.
Yeah,
You
that's
could
true.
also make it filter out people. You know that there's a theory, maybe it's not even a theory anymore, but that the dating apps are not interested in you finding your partner.
Of course not. It's
Of course
against their
not.
business principle.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also they make it super hard for you to meet the right people, so you are more inclined to pay for stuff.
Yeah. It's a business.
And I think,
at the end
and I
of the
think
day.
it's even worse for men
Yeah.
because the dating apps, they need the women to have like
Yeah.
good experiences, so they stay, because otherwise you only have men on the apps, and that would not really work.
I think the statistics shows like it's either 1 in 4 or 1 in 8 men is a woman.
What?
Like the users,
Yeah.
the ratio is like
ratio
1 in
yeah.
4 or 1 in 8. I'm
Yeah.
not exactly sure anymore.
Yeah.
So it's literally a sausage fest.
Yeah, it is.
It's so crazy because for me, like the solution is right there in front of you, but they just don't want to do it.
Nah, it's money, man. It's money making. Oh, I remember my cousin. She's an attractive person, right? And she showed me once, like I helped her set up a Hinge profile. Literally, right after she clicked the create profile button, brother, the notifications were like, I swear it's like a
Logging in, yeah.
printing machine going ding 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 ding, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like seriously, it's so unfair. It's like what the fuck? And I'm not even over exaggerating or anything. Literally, like she creates it and she gets already over 99 like notifications from that app, like in second, literally seconds.
Yeah, but I personally also feel like that women are just also way more selective
Yeah,
with liking profiles, and with a lot of men, it seems to me that they're just swiping and they're not even reading your profile and
because they
they're
can't
like,
even get a match, so they just take what they can get.
I guess it is like that. It's probably
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the story of this Indian medical student who's like still studying for school, and he wanted to make some money, so he started like an AI persona, an AI generated young woman that is a MAGA woman, right? And then started like just posting on Facebook. Like he would post clips of like little pictures of the girl hanging out with Joe Rogan, pictures of the girl with like all these right wing personalities, right? And then he would have like he would open like Patreon for men to donate. And he literally made like I think what was it, like 500K or something. Like he made more money that he would have needed for his tuition. And like
Who the fuck is sending this money? It's
hey, but I mean that's the whole business model of OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Why would you pay to look at somebody else's boobs when there's so many websites on the internet where you can just do it for free?
I think
but it's like
the emotional
connection.
because they think
They think she does it just for me, and I
Yeah,
have this
exactly.
connection with her. But then again, why would you pay someone for that?
But god damn it, like
do OnlyFans.
it's people like that. It's making it a lot harder for normal people, you know? Because then the new expectation tends to turn towards that direction, especially when it's like when it grows momentum.
You know, I think the last episode I was on was about male loneliness epidemic, and that's exactly where it's coming from. Because then they have these expectations of how women should be,
Yeah.
because they pay someone for certain things to happen. And
So
then
now they add.
think like,
So how much for a picture of your boobs?
And
And where's your Patreon? What the hell is this?
You know what really grinds my gears as well?
yeah.
I come from an Asian family background, right? And people are so conservative where they have this insane idea where like you cannot be friends with the opposite gender. It's like, brother, what are you talking about? You can. You just take the gender out of it. You just be friends. You know?
I mean, I think that it grows from the fact that if one person likes the other and the other one doesn't, then like then I think it will be hard to be friends. I would say then you cannot be friends until either the person stops liking the other person.
Yeah, sure.
It's
I
easy
get that.
to get into what do you call it? Only one way
Or parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
love interest thing.
Yeah, I get that. But then you should just say how you feel. And if you get a no, then either move on or accept that it's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
I think the problem is when they pretend to like, oh, I'll just hover around. I'll just hover around.
That's what
Ustina
I
is
did
gonna
when I was
excuse.
a teenager, but that was
Yeah.
because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I think that's also because we never learned what to do.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Ustina like excused herself for a while. She got stuff to do.
Oh,
Okay.
She'll come
okay.
back later though. So just so we can
By the way,
not
I
have
might
to
need to excuse myself self soon also, but
Oh
that's
yeah.
okay. Let's continue.
for a short moment or for a
No, no, for the rest of the day.
For the rest of
okay,
for the
okay.
rest of our friendship. Dan is
No.
just excused. What happened to you and Dan? He's excused.
Sounds
That's
so
a funny way to say
tricky.
this. Dude,
It's like when people ask like, oh, excuse me, or people when people say excuse me, and then some people turn around and say you are excused. It's like
oh,
fuck
that's so
you.
annoying. That is so annoying.
No, I don't want to be excused anymore. I take that back.
I fear that like the future of dating is gonna be us talking to a chatbot, and then the chatbot acts as our agent, and the chatbot talks to another person's chatbot, and then so we're talking through mediums, right? But the guy and the girl never actually get to talk in the first place, but they speak through chatbots because it's risk free and the language model does the job for you. And if the language model comes back and tells you that, hey, based on your input and based on what they've said, I have determined a 90% compatibility. So now you can proceed. I
Well,
don't know.
actually, I
So
think that makes
that's what we
sense.
used to call matchmakers in the past. Now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's kind of like a AI twist on a proper matchmaking website or app.
Yeah, I'm
I
kind of
think
afraid.
that for sure would be present, and I think you made it sound more scary than it is, because I don't think anyone minds having like a database where there are people registered that are like, okay, I want to date someone. Here's what I like. Here's what I don't like, and it actually like uses algorithms to match them in a good way that they actually work, right?
Yeah.
It's like that Rick and Morty episode where there was this alien that created an app uh, that matched everyone perfectly, and it kept like updating. Okay, this is now your perfect match,
Oh,
and
I remember
people
that
went
episode. Yeah.
crazy.
The one with it was the one with the they wear like these giant head for hats, and then like they
Yeah,
would levitate. Man, Rick and Morty is
but
I
just
yeah, and I
forgot.
think another spin on that. I think there will be people that are not don't want to participate in it because
Mhm.
like they don't like the idea of a machine deciding who they're gonna date. I feel like in the future there will be even more people that push away from it, and instead, like there will be, this retro, like classic settings where you can, like a date evening in a restaurant or something like
Yeah.
that. I think
I
that
think it's
might gain
already
popularity in
happening.
the future.
It's already happening because
Ah,
that I think that's like one of the biggest issues here, right? As soon as you enter the working population, right?
yeah,
When do you actually have time to like meet new people? Because at university and everything, it felt so easy because you're going to these student clubs, you're going to parties and stuff. But
yeah,
once
and
you
you're
start
all the same
working,
age.
yeah, and you spend all your days at the office. You might not want to date a colleague from the office for
Yeah.
whatever reason. And then
Yeah,
in the evening, yeah, I mean, you have stuff to do at home as well. Like being an adult is not really conductive to meeting, like organically meeting a lot of new people, I would say. unless you have like lots of hobbies and you've managed to somehow do it like that. But otherwise, I mean, yeah.
Like here in Taiwan, we joke that having kids or dating is for the rich. Like you need to have like a stock portfolio, some real estate. Then you could consider dating.
Is that
That
where we come to? Oh God.
I mean, look,
Yeah,
just,
that's where we've come to
you made
because you
Turner
know
depressed.
the new no, but the new wave of conservatism. It's like, oh yeah, I want a housewife.
Yeah.
Dude, for what house? You don't even have a house.
exactly, yeah. A trad wife. Oh my goodness.
Brutal.
I mean, but
Yeah.
But
It's true though.
and it's also like, how to say, I feel like they say they want something, but they don't really know what it is they want in the first place or what it means.
I want a housewife. Yeah, that's totally fine. But then do not expect her to also go work and make
Exactly.
money because you do not make enough money to sustain a housewife
Yeah.
lifestyle. Sorry. I said what I said.
And
but
that's,
it's like,
that's what I mean as well. I don't think they understand what it means as well, you know? Like, yeah.
isn't this what Tate University is all about? It's like men have to earn double the income so you can have a trad wife or multiple of them.
yeah, or just one trad wife and a bunch of kids because kids are also expensive, right?
Yeah.
My goodness, I cannot even.
And I mean, well, if you're saying I want a traditional housewife and then make her go work and also make money, then
You have
it's
more wives,
then
and
it's
more
just,
of them
then
go
it's just
to work,
you
and then
uploading
you don't have
all
to
the
work.
housekeeping. Yeah. Then it's just you
Okay.
offloading all the household work onto someone else while also expecting them to pay for doing your laundry. It's like, what the hell?
What kind of chat you have to be to have so many girls simping over you?
That's also an option, yeah.
Like it just feels so sad because I think last week I briefly mentioned that my mother's dating experience, like after the divorce. Did I tell you guys like most of the men, like straight up, like they're in their 60s and they just say, though I need somebody to do laundry and cook for me. Like they literally just
That's
say
it.
that.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Oh yeah, that's so
Like,
sad.
I'll do that. Just give me your unlimited or unrestricted access to your credit card.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like because like you said, a lot of us just is not. A lot of us are not in the position to have real estate, to have houses, and I feel like there is a rise of situationships in our modern era. Uh, have you ever been on one? Like, is that something that's common in Europe?
Situation
On what? On a situation?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously, because people do not know what they want, and they want the girlfriend boyfriend privileges without wanting the commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like a maturity crisis that we have?
I don't know.
I think they just don't really understand what it means to be in a committed relationship.
No, I think the problem is that you have you are basically every day you are shown that there might be something better around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Paralysis of choice. Yeah.
And so the second it gets complicated or you really have to take you really have to take responsibility and you have to put some effort in. It might, for a lot of people, it might just be easier to go look for something better, quote unquote. I mean, it's probably not better, but they don't have to deal with the complications of having to deal with disagreements, having to take responsibility for their own behavior or figuring out how you can get through something together.
Yeah, like the effort you need to sit down and talk and just try to find something that works between the two of you, you know?
Yeah, maybe the chances of you finding someone who settles for less, who doesn't ask as much effort and you taking responsibility might be a prospect that is attractive to some people. It's like you can always get away with just being immature and not taking responsibility while still profiting of the wifey or husband privileges.
Yeah, if you're like really attractive, you never really have to work on yourself. You could theoretically just walk away when it gets difficult, and then there's always somebody lining up, especially for like a very, let's say, like a very attractive woman, where men literally line up to, to have a chance to date her.
Hey, and literally, sorry, the bar is like on the floor. I mean,
Wow.
I'm confessing right now because I have been that person who is like, oh, actually, he's not giving me
What I'm looking
what I'm looking for, but at least he's not an asshole. At least he texts me. At
Yeah.
least he's like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then you stay in a situation where from a very early stage on, you know that this is not going anywhere.
But you probably fear like being alone, or you feel like you can't find anything that's gonna be maybe better. So you just kind of accept it, you know?
Yeah, or not even that, or just like, oh yeah, but I mean, yeah, at least he's nice, and sometimes we have good conversations, and he's a funny guy, whatever.
Okay, that sounds better.
I mean, let's be real. Sometimes for some people, like, hey, he satisfies me physically, but not the socially and emotionally. But for now, it's okay. This is the devil I choose to dance with, right?
Yeah.
There's that too. I mean, no judge or anything. Like, just saying.
Yeah, of course, understandable.
What's like
Kind of sad.
So, have you ever like seen what would be like a, because we talked about red flags before, like have you seen the reverse of that? Like somebody who has a red flag that you think is a red flag, but then throughout time, as you interact with a person longer, it turns out to be a green flag.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a good.
interesting.
Yeah, has there? So for me, like for this could be applied anywhere, right? So in the context of friendship, let's say between me and Bernard, a red flag that I used to see would be something like his stubbornness, like how sorry, not stubbornness, the emotional and the mood swings that he once had. But then in the long run, like it turns out to be a good quality of his, right? It's he's because he cares, and it's something that he's in tune with, and he just didn't have a good grasp of his own emotions back then. Like that kind of example.
I've never had like that example. I'm kind of having a problem
Dan just sees an angel
seeing the positive.
in his partner.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
But I don't think I had any red flags that then turned out in not me, but like I don't think I saw any red flags in my partner. So yeah,
Benny
I'm
has
lucky that we started to date before the whole modern era dating. Our dating was really classical.
wow. I want to be among your grandchildren, like laying down next to you, just you telling us what the world used to be like.
No, I
In
think
my time.
what could look like a red flag, but is actually a green flag, is people who like who really protect their boundaries. Like it can
That's a
come
good
across very rude
Mm-hmm.
in the first place, but actually it's a very good trait to be able to say, hey, no, this is my boundary, and I'm not willing to like not compromise is something else, but I am not willing to let someone else or the feeling for someone else push me away from that boundary and let them do things or say things that I actually do not want to. Like,
I'm not okay with.
Like, for example, a person who is like, when you're agreeing on a next date or something, and they look like they are unavailable in a sense, but then again, it's just them realizing I do not have to give up my life or rearrange my whole life just to accommodate you
So they
at an early stage of dating, right?
yeah. So basically, they're not self-abandoning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which can look
That's a
like
good example.
which can look like, oh yeah, they're just not interested, they're not willing to accommodate me, but actually it's a really good thing not to self-abandon yourself
Yeah.
and like try to accommodate someone that you don't even really know that well. Or also people who don't text a lot. Of course, it can be that they're just not that interested, but someone who texts you all the time makes you more prone to be like drawn into something that only exists in your head and in the text and not in real life.
Oh yeah, I can so agree with that. Like I personally just don't like to text my romantic partner. I feel like I don't know why, like texting is something I reserve for family and friends. Whereas for like relationships, I would much prefer to just speak, you know, because just in case words don't get like just in case words get twisted. But yeah, something.
So you're saying that you don't communicate at all with
No,
your
no. No, I will text, but like I have
But
received
it's
complaints.
something to say, just call them and
Yeah.
not like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to twist Jamie's words.
Oh, look at you, always messing me. All right. Okay. How about as a final question, uh, what would be your interpretation of like what's your version of ghosting and breadcrumbing? Like, have you ever
Yeah, I mean,
experienced any of these? Like, did somebody ever ghost
very-
you? Did somebody
it's
breadcrumb?
I mean, the ghosting is very prevalent on these apps. They will text you, and then at some point you will just not hear back from them, or you are always the person who's driving the conversation, and as soon as you stop asking questions, they're just not like talking to you anymore because
Yeah.
they cannot come up with their own questions, or they are just not, or like they're just not that interested. But while you are while you are providing them with entertainment in a sense,
Hmm.
they will interact and engage. But as soon as they would have to give some input out of their own curiosity, the whole thing falls flat, right?
Yeah.
I had a little train thought in my head. I was like, why do people just tell like, hey, you know what, I'm not really interested, so that's why I'm quiet, and I think we shouldn't continue or something like that, right? And I was like, why don't people do that? But then I imagine there's probably people that react very
Negatively.
yeah to that, and with people that react like that, it's probably much easier and calmer to later just die out like that.
Yeah.
And
And
I think on the apps it's not. I think on the apps it's not such a problem because I mean you can just delete them and they cannot contact you anymore, right?
It's true.
yeah,
You can just
True.
tell them. You can still just say, "Hey, I don't think this is going anywhere and it's not working for me, and I wish you all the best." But then you can delete them. But if it's like if you're seeing someone in person, and I mean
you cannot
that's a
You can
delete.
really
delete them.
it's a
Well, you could, but
Yeah.
there's consequences.
No,
yeah,
it's
no, but
it's quite a lot
and
more
it's
effort.
really sad from a female perspective. Telling someone that you do not fancy them enough always carries the risk of them reacting in a way that is potentially harmful to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do not mean just them insulting you, but like physically harmful to you.
Hmm.
And I think that's something that, yeah, maybe keeps you from telling someone to their face that
I'm so
you're
Yeah,
just
curious,
not
like,
fancy.
because we keep hearing about news like these, like especially in Asia, where you have a relationship gone sour where the woman rejects the man, and then it always ended up with the boyfriend killing her with
Yeah.
multiple stab wounds. So like I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to get into a straight man's head to understand like when you're so sad and you're so disappointed, why does that turn into violence? Because that's something I cannot relate. Like if I
Because
get
they have not because they have not learned to cope with their emotions in any other way, and they have this idea in their head that if I cannot have her, then no one should have her. Like that's it's so fucked up. But I mean the statistic, it's not just in Asia, the statistics all over the world
yeah.
show that you are most likely to be
Killed by
murdered
your-
murdered by either your partner or an ex-partner.
hmm That's so messed up. Like
And
I
that's
because
crazy.
because am I is it am I I don't know if this is like sexism, but like knowing that the person that rejects me is another guy, I would never think to be violent or to covet his existence. It would be weird, right? And I just don't understand how man would feel ownership over this woman just because they've dated for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, some people are like
Oh, the
that.
straight men are very quiet in this podcast, huh?
Ownership. I mean, the ownership argument is one of them probably, but then again, she insulted me. How can she tell me that I am not good enough? That I mean, it has nothing to do with you not being good enough as a person. It just means she does not see you as the partner she wants to be with, and
That's enough to.
but I
trigger some
mean, but I
people.
mean, Jamie, Bernard, and I, we have talked about something that I have experienced, not something violent, but like me voicing something that didn't go down well with me that another person said to me. And the reaction was also like, I do not need your feedback. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care whether you think you need my feedback or not, but I am saying what bothers me. And if you cannot handle that, then I don't know. It's like me just voicing a feeling that I have is seen as a personal insult rather than just a piece of information that you can just take note of and not have to be like all offended and act like I personally insulted you.
Yeah.
It's like,
Do you think it's okay for like men to, if you reject their romantic advances, they get really upset, and they ended up blocking you, and then you found out, like, what do you think of that? Like, is that something that's within the acceptable range, or does that make you feel like
hey, perfectly fine if that's what you need to deal with your emotions, then. And it's probably better to block someone that you're upset with and that you do not want to talk to anymore.
escalate, right? It won't escalate any further if you do block them.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I might also block them just to protect my peace. And then there's those guys you should have blocked. And they keep creeping back.
And then I asked, like, God damn, why don't you just block them already?
Talking about situationship.
But like, there's so many stories of like Chinese men stalking their exes. Like this has been a conversation that Benny and I used to have in the past. I think one of our episodes touched on this, where the women are quite violent towards men. There's like these clips that went viral, which I'm convinced it's not like a common phenomenon. It's just that it's so crazy that people tend to film it and post it, right? It's less likely that you'll actually catch a man battering a woman in public. And then, because if it's a man doing it, he will be stopped because he's actually like, whereas if it's a woman doing it, most bystanders would be like, yeah, let's let her have it. Like, how bad can it get? Uh, so, So that in of itself is kind of messed up.
Nobody perceives a man being in real danger.
Yeah, like people trivialize the danger that is, present to the man being hit. Uh but yeah, how does that make you feel, Ursina? How do you feel that because in China, where you have this population asymmetry, where the women just have a lot more power in dating, that they'll have like 10, 20 suitors in a day, which renders them paralyzed because there's just so much to choose from. Like, where do you see this going? Like, how does that make you feel if you have uh the woman is the main market, in that country?
Yeah, but isn't it like that almost
Yeah, kind of
everywhere?
everywhere. It's just that some countries
Like,
worse than others.
yeah, just from the population asymmetry, but like also from the, I would say it's almost like that. Like what we talked about on the dating apps. As a woman, you just get so many likes, so the pool is so much bigger because I mean, I don't know where it comes from, but it seems like women are more selective
Yeah,
and the men are just like throwing out likes and throwing themselves at at everything they can.
it's all very primal,
So
isn't it? The mating strategy.
no, but I totally get the fatigue that comes with it,
Yeah.
because I think that's also something that really you need to take breaks from the apps and from dating sometimes, because otherwise you go crazy. Because not all the dates you go on are super nice and super comfortable, and not all the experiences are super comfortable. So I think you just need a break from time to time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Should we, as a closing note, should we share our worst dating experience, like a physical date?
If
Sure.
sure.
Do you want to start, Benny?
The worst dating experience that I had, is it, so this is like the first date kind of thing, or is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
like just whatever date?
I guess it could be whatever date, but usually the first date would happen on the worst would happen on the first date, like maybe you get catfished, etc., etc.
I think I'm more on the luckier front then, because I don't think there has been like a bad date per se.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually very, very respectful, and I never, I never was like figuratively insulted or slapped in the face or anything like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you get the vibe, and I don't know, like I had like a couple of dates where I just don't feel like she's very engaged or interested. Like she was very dejected and like on her phone a lot, and I just said like, hey, look, I think I'm gonna go now, and that's it. Like I don't try to force anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't feel like I ever had like a bad date where I feel like, oh my god, that was horrible or anything like that.
Oh, lucky you. Well, there's more to come. You have plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, no, I just try to learn about the person, and if I feel like the person is not really interested in learning about me, then I just like, hey, I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Dan?
Healthy approach. I don't think I had a date per se with a bad experience. I had because I didn't have that much dates, but I had attempt to invite for a date that was met with a pretty toxic response. Basically, I invited someone for a date, and their response was that she laughed and said, "What, dating with you?" and then
Oh,
left some
I
more.
mean, what the fuck?
Will, what did she say? Sorry, I missed it.
No, she basically said like he asked somebody out for a date. And
With
the
you?
reaction was like, "What, you?"
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what?
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? Some people are just.
She missed out big time.
It's her loss.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
But you know what? At that moment, I didn't really felt offended or like sad. Whenever I bring it up, people sound more offended and sad than I was, because it was so weird that in a way it made it easy for me, because it's like completely changed my perception of the person, and
Yeah.
it made me really easy to let go. I was like, oh, all right, I
Yeah.
like no, eye opener.
Yeah. Okay. This is a bad like
It's
I
like,
don't want to
oh
use
my
the B
god, I
word.
dodged the
But
bullet.
It's just information
Exactly.
about the character of that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
Agreed.
I guess good avoidance.
Yeah.
How about you, Ursina?
Hey, I mean, with dates in particular, I couldn't really say that I had like bad dates. Just like Bernard said, people who are either just not that interested or just you know, keep mansplaining you and having a monologue about how great they are and stuff, but not asking a single question about me. Where I'm like, yeah, that was a nice job interview. Thank you very much.
Did
And I
anyone
actually
did
had
anyone brag to you about their gym routine or like their lifestyle changes?
yeah, something like whatever, not the gym and how financially successful they are and how successful they are at their job and whatever. Perfectly fine. If they needed that, then I'm happy to be unpaid psychologist sometimes. No, but actually, the worst thing I have ever experienced was with someone that I wanted to break, that I broke up with, and I mean it was years ago. It's like really years ago. We were both young and stupid, but so I broke up with that guy, and for weeks and weeks I would get pictures from bridges and him being like, I'm gonna kill myself because you
What?
broke up with me,
Oh,
and it's gonna be your fault and whatever.
Wow.
God.
And just like so like really fucked up shit. And I mean, in the beginning, you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go to jail because this person killed themselves because of me. And at some point, I was like, hey, what the hell? Like, no, just yeah. But that was really crazy. That was really crazy.
Or
I
go the
mean,
other way, like make a flip.
Do a front flip. Oh, sorry.
oh my God. No, but that was really. I mean, that was also. I would say in that moment situation also very traumatic
Yeah.
because it's like, oh yeah, this person. Oh yeah, he doesn't try to kill me because I reject him, but he's just trying to make me feel bad by saying he's gonna kill himself, and I'm gonna have to pay for it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness.
But yeah, apart from that, I mean, the
Attention
dating thing,
needs.
you experience all kinds of things. You have a date set up with someone, and they tell you they don't want to come like half an hour before that, or you set up a date a week from today, and then you don't hear from them, and then they're offended when you're like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a week, so I'm not just assuming that this date is not going to happen, I'm telling you that this date is not going to happen. And then they're like, yeah, but and I'm like, no, if you cannot like at least confirm that
Yeah.
this is still on without me having to come and ask you for it, then just no,
Wow.
because you're wasting your time.
I had a British guy cancel on our date because he had football to watch. And then on the one
Love
hand,
it.
I was kind of annoyed, and it was during World Cup. I was kind of annoyed, but then I was like, maybe he has a point. it is kind of a national sport for them, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. Should I? Let me tell you guys my worst experience. Then it was prior to me meeting Dan and Bernard in school. Back then, this was what was it? This was 2012, right? Coney 2012 just came out. People were very high on social justice. Obama was in charge. Everything was fine. I was this little emo boy. I dressed emo, and I was surprisingly outwardly gay. And then there was this Aboriginal guys. They're like these Aboriginals on the island, similar to like New Zealand. So we do have like a Aboriginal population. They tend to be more Christian, but I didn't mind. So then I went on a date with him, and it was all very friendly. So he brought me back to because they'll have facilities where they practice songs for church. They play like Christian rock band, and it's just this Christian boy with an emo boy, going in there. And that was the first date. He brought me into the practice room. I was thinking I was going to get lucky, right? But then I got surprised. It was it was a full church group that wanted to help me escape the sins of homosexuality and Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And then it was like a intervention, except they don't even know me. And then very quickly, I was put in place, and then there were so many people. I was kind of terrified, to be honest. They were all very happy. They were so happy, so joyous, so full of life that it actually scared me. I'm like, this is full on a cult. And the
Yeah.
and the pastor is this Latvian guy that Dan, I went to visit him, if you remember. That's how we met. So so then he got on stage to start explaining in like a very passive aggressive way. He never like pointed out saying, "Oh, you're not going to end up in heaven." Instead, he would use leading questions like, "Don't you want to join God in his paradise, in his garden, in his Eden?" Right, things like that. I sat through like a 1.5 hour sermon, and then I left. I was very disappointed. My date was nowhere to be found. He just left, right? And then I received a message at the end of the night, uh, and it was just a link. I clicked into it. It was a survey. I said, "How likely are you to recommend our church service to your friends?"
Jesus
The
Christ.
My
audacity, man!
God.
I was so annoyed. But yeah, that was it.
So what did you rate him?
I didn't even respond. I was so mad. But like the apparently like they had
Crazy.
this the good thing was that they had this idea that I was only gay because I dressed emo. They thought that it's because I turned to Satan that I then turned to like abhorrent sexual lifestyles. I was only
What?
17, man. I was only 17. I was still a virgin. Okay, and they were already making assumptions about me. And then like a year after, the Latvian pastor would also come visit our neighborhood, and he became the mentor of my friend growing up, my neighbor. And then so every time every time we hang out, he does this little thing. He tries to convert me back to like to be a good Christian boy. Including the last time when I visited Dan, I went to see him and his wife. And then yeah, the man never gave up. He's providing aid in Ukraine. He is helping out minorities in Azerbaijan. And in his spare time, he tried to make me straight.
Mhm.
It's so messed up. All
Doing
right,
what
guys.
he can.
Yeah, I guess that's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Are there any closing thoughts you guys like to make?
Hmm.
Dating is rough in the big 26.
My goodness.
But I think we all know that. I don't think it's a big
Revelation.
I would like to say, do not pour all your energy and love into dating unavailable people. At
Yeah.
least, yeah, and pour that love and energy into yourself and into your friends, who are
Hallelujah.
often way better than the people you're dating. Anyways.
I think
Agreed.
Ursina and I will be plotting something for you, Bernard, whilst we're on our trip, and hopefully it'll work.
I'm concerned, but okay.
It'll be fine.
I
Right.
would be as well.
Uh, okay, I guess that's the end. You guys can find us on Spotify as well. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.